Tim, are you hearing anything more relative to the internet gaming bill? It comes February 4th, and that's just around the corner. We did see that the Poker Star is definitely putting in a bid to buy. They now need the CRDA to take a look at them and see if they're eligible to do it, and if they are, they're going to purchase that property. Is there anything relative to this?
We still have silence from the governor's office. I spoke with someone today who, on the administration side, and they're frankly waiting as well to hear where the governor is. We tried in our bill to address the concerns that the governor had raised the first time around, and we tried during the drafting of this current bill to get input from the governor's office, and hopefully the governor will sign it, or if there are particular issues, reasonable conditional veto, and fine, something we can live with. I hope he doesn't veto it, because what happens at Atlantic Club if we don't get that new investment? And I've said it many times in this program and others, this is happening. And some place on the East Coast will be the hub of internet gaming. I want that place. I think we as a community and we as a state should want that to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The way we did the bill, we tried to protect the interests of the brick-and-mortar casinos, because an internet company can't come in and start up on their own. They have to be connected to an internet company, trying to protect, frankly, the investment and the jobs that are represented, whether it's the Atlantic Club or this property or any of the other properties. If we don't do it here, Pennsylvania, New York, somebody somewhere will do it, and then our internet players will be playing in Pennsylvania or New York or wherever, and they will get the benefit of being the home base, if you will, of the internet. So I hope the governor signs the bill or lets it pass into law. I mean, he can decide not to sign it and become law that way. Or at minimum gives us a conditional veto and says, I need this tweaked or I need that tweaked, and then we get it, bring it back.
Yeah, that's what I hear from the Republicans. Amadeo was here yesterday, and he seemed to feel that if there would be a conditional veto. Berzicelli I talked with, and he said that they're informing the governor's office that if they have any problems with it, we're ready to tackle the problems that he brings up, and let's get this thing over with.
Right, and we had that conversation prior to the bill.
Right.
Saying, tell us, this is the bill. Tell us what changes you might want, and we didn't hear anything, so we went ahead, we made some changes on our own, and happily, you mentioned Berzicelli, Senator Berzicelli was able to adjust his tax rate down to what was my tax rate, which is 20% down to the 10%, which is, we want to attract the investment. And I have to say, Senator Amadeo and Brown, I think, did a good job of getting some Republican support in their chamber. Our chamber, we only had 3 Republicans vote against it. So, technically, they're, on paper, let me say, there'd be enough votes to override the veto. Now, with this governor, that doesn't happen, because if he vetoes it, a lot of Republicans change their mind. But, it really did pass with strong bipartisan support in both houses, and it really was something that there was a lot of discussion, a lot of input, a lot of consensus building, and the player that was not at the table, frankly, was the governor or his representative. So we did the best we could. Hopefully it'll become law.
I would think that the factor that the Poker Star has gone ahead and said we will buy, rather than the rumor that they would, let it be. That lets them know that, yes, this group is going to go in there. So that'll be a big move, because they have the money to fix it, to add on to it, to really make it something special. And I think that they're going to want to be at the top of the list when this thing comes around.